Oh, actually, could I respond?
Following on?
I think actually Hayek's discussions about kind of a market subjectivity are actually really interesting. If you go back to his understanding of where neoliberalism comes from, and there was kind of two schools of neoliberalism: the order liberals in Germany and the Chicago school. And Hayek was more specific to the Chicago school, but he actually differed a little bit from Smith in that for kind of the classical liberals, there was this idea that the subject of the market was always this kind of like self-interested, kind of the homo economicus, the ultimate rationalizer. And for Hayek, this reality didn't always exist. You had to cultivate it so much. There was this governmentality that had to be kind of implemented in a society to make a market society possible. In that way, neoliberalism is a very utopian project in a certain sense. But I think what was particularly interesting about reading Hayek is that it almost, in kind of the idea of the art of war, of knowing your enemies, is that these categories aren't natural. They aren't something that are inherently exist. They're, in Talal Assad's words, inscribed categories on us. We're not purely volunteers to this market. And I think the interesting thing of interrogating Hayek in that way is realizing that there are so many other worlds possible, and that he realized that almost in kind of a twisted way, and that he thought that the ultimate free market was this reality that we needed to get to. But I think in recognizing that, he was recognizing that there was all these other possibilities which he was discounting. But I think for us that are kind of working together to create a different world, I think it's important to realize that the reality that he and the neoliberal project is trying to inscribe upon our bodies and our communities is not the only reality out there. And I think that the very interesting idea of common wisdom is that if we listen, if we practice what people have called accompaniment, what people have called leading by obeying, but just listening, that the humble process of trying to figure out what's happening on the streets, what's happening down below, that there's this incredible world of knowledge, this incredible world of understanding our relationships between each other that aren't simply based in that market logic. And I think that when you start to kind of interrogate those possibilities, the world becomes much more complex, but much more kind of mystical and amazing. And that the process that we embark on together in conversations like this, and confrontations in the streets, and reflecting on those confrontations and building this, I think kind of the processes that we create together, that subjectivity that we are creating together, is something that I think puts us at a very particular moment in human history that I think holds, in the words of Grace Lee Boggs, both incredible promise but also incredible danger. And I just want to say it's amazing to do this as a group of people together. I find a lot of incredible inspiration in all y'all.
Thank you. Actually, build on that. Has anyone ever heard of city repair?
Yes.
Well, they're modeling exactly what he's saying, and they're taking communities and redesigning them for celebration. They created a community called the Dignity Village, where homeless people now have a place.
We should start today, right now.
Exactly.